Welcome Spewak training athletes. I'm Coach Spewak here with Coach Noah Daum. Today we're going to teach you about running form drills, which you've probably seen them before. You've probably actually done them, whether you've been playing sports in the past or you've just been in gym class, as a participant. A lot of this stuff you're going to be familiar with, but today my goal is to help you understand how to do them all correctly. So Noah here is going to be our beautiful instructor, and he's going to show us how to do each drill. But the point A of why we do these form drills is that, one, it's going to warm us up. So, on a speed workout day, we might be using them before we do strides and before we get into the actual workout itself. Same as on a race day. That's the same kind of, philosophy that we'll go with. But then on just kind of a regular weekday, we might finish up our run and consider doing drills afterwards to work on foot speed, kind of work on good form and everything like that. And so when we think of good form, and I'm going to have you at home listen in your head, and you can answer out loud if you want, but what do you think is good running form? Well, good running form is, subjective to probably a lot of people's opinions, but I would say for the most part, there's a general consensus that when it comes to running form, you need to be upright, body upright. You need your arms by your side, 90 degrees. And your hands, you actually should be holding ice cream cones. So you got to get a waffle cone or sugar cone in there, add some ice cream to it. You don't want to squeeze that ice cream because it's going to break, but if you are too loose with it, it's going to drop to the ground. So that's an important piece. It's silly, but that's actually a nice way to kind of think about what should I be doing with my hands when I'm running. Head up, looking forward, and overall, you should just be thinking of good posture, not overthinking it. When it comes to your foot strike, a lot of people have questions about that, and maybe Noah can kind of describe to where we show what the midfoot of our foot is, if you want to just point at that, right there. And so a lot of people will say, heel striking is terrible, don't ever heel strike. Well, most of us are always going to heel strike when we run. And if you look at the professional athletes, even at the end of a marathon, they're heel striking. But the difference between the people who are more efficient and those who don't work on that is that the really good runners will spend less time on their heel. That transition from the outside of their foot, they land, and then boom, they're quick up to their midfoot like Noah was showing. And so that is something that we will work on while we do drills, is I'm going to have you stay off your heels while doing these drills. But overall, when you get home and you're actually doing this on your own, when you're running, doing things like that, I don't want you to start now thinking that you can't heel strike, because you're always going to probably heel strike to some degree. This is just going to make us more efficient. So now that you kind of understand what drills look like and what you should be thinking about, let's actually get in and see them. So here comes Noah for the first drill. First drill we're going to do is high knees, all right? So with high knees, this is a drill that a lot of you have probably done before, but today we're going to learn it the correct way so that you can do it right when you're at home. So first thing we're going to focus on is just our good running form. We're on our body upright, arms by our side. Whenever I start a drill, I like to start up kind of on my toes just to kind of lean into that drill. And Noah's going to show us in person, just in place right now, before he does it, the high knees. So going up real fast. So he's pushing off his midfoot. He's focusing on bringing those knees up. I always tell people, point your toes to the sky while you do this. It helps just flex your knee up a little bit more, and his body's upright. So now, Noah, can you show us the actual high knees across the 25-meter drill there? Cool, and he'll come back showing us the same thing. Great work. All right, the next drill we're going to do is butt kicks. Butt kicks is a similar drill to what we tried with high knees. We're obviously focused on the same things in this drill, with our body upright, arms by our side, ice cream cones in our hands, and our head up and looking forward. Now, you're not trying to just kick your butt as hard as you can on this one. It's an efficiency drill, and in a lot of ways, you're still getting some pop and you're still getting some height with jumping up when you're doing this drill. But Noah's going to show us in place right here as he goes. And so as you guys can see, he's kicking back, but also still focusing on just that same kind of flex. Perfect. And now he's going to show us out doing that drill in motion. Great. All right, So next drill we're gonna do is we're gonna do karaoke. This is a drill that a lot of you guys have probably done before, but we're gonna learn it, the running version of it, because a lot of times in gym and other sports, we learn it a different way, which doesn't mean it's a wrong way. It's just that we feel like from a running standpoint, this is another way that can make you a better runner and help warm you up before you do the drill. So Noah is gonna show us kind of the walking version of this first, and then we're gonna actually show you that in a full speed motion. So karaoke, you're gonna be facing me, Noah, and you're gonna what you're going to do is you're gonna bring your right leg over your left leg, and then what are you gonna do next? You watch what he's doing there, yep. And now he's bringing his back leg over in the back, yep. Now he's stepping out, he's bringing that right leg back over, and he's just walking that out. So why we're doing it in a walk first is so that you can understand what that form looks like. You don't want to be just bringing your feet over and back. You want to actually bring your leg up and over and back. So you should feel it kind of in the high hamstring glute area. So Noah, can you show us what it looks like to actually go full speed here? And I want you to focus on staying on your midfoot while you do this drill, okay? So you want to focus on being fast off your feet and zipping across, all right? Ready, go. Good, and he's gonna come back. And as you can see, on the way out, he's using his right, and on the way back, what are you using? You're using your left, and that's karaoke. Next drill we're going to do is Coach Spewak's personal favorite drill. We call this ankle flickers. Ankle flickers is a unique drill because you're required to do some things that kind of go against, I would say, what that perfect running form I've been trying to teach you is. In terms of staying upright, it's kind of hard on this drill because you're going to see you're actually going to be slightly leaned back when you do this drill. However, the focus will still be to be centered as much as you can with your legs. And so what Noah's going to show us kind of here in place a little bit, it's hard to show, but essentially what ankle flickers are is he's going to power off his midfoot on his right foot, and then he's going to power off the left foot, so back and forth. And so if you show us kind of going back and forth, but you can see he's going to be slightly leaned back just to the nature of the fact that his legs and the momentum of where his body's at. However, he's still focused on being as upright as he possibly can be in this drill. His arms, a lot of times people wonder, what should I do with my arms in this drill? Noah's gonna keep his arms just by his side, just kind of like what we've been doing with the running side, and just not worry about that. His head is gonna be looking forward so that he doesn't take a tumble here and he knows where he's going. So Noah, can you show us ankle flickers? Good. And as he comes back, he's also going to show you a quick adjustment with just flexing his toe a little bit more up to the sky like we taught you in high knees. There you go, and you can see as he does that, he gets a little bit more pop. Great. Next drill we're going to do is called a skip. I'm going to teach it in a walk first. We call it a walk, and then we'll do a skip after we've graduated to the point of understanding it. Like any drill, we want to make sure we understand the fundamentals before we just jump into it, because yes, you'll be warmed up if you're doing these drills. However, if you're not doing them correctly, it's going against what we're trying to accomplish when we're working on actually improving our form. So with this drill, with a skip, but we'll start obviously with a walk, the first thing that Noah's going to do in place, if he can show us, is he's going to bring his right leg up, and he's going to flex his toe up, and his opposite arm is going to be flexed. He's going to have that hand, kind of that running motion there. Perfect. Now he's going to switch feet. So he's on his midfoot, as you guys can see. He's not on his heel. Yep, now switch again. And he's going to kind of walk that. There you go. Good, and now we'll come back this way so that we can show the camera what it kind of looks like with a skip. So how the difference between the walk and the skip is that he's gonna add a little extra pop to his step, all right? It's not an actual skip. It's, the analogy I use is pretend that there's many trampolines under your feet. And so every time you step, there's a mini trampoline, and that's kind of propelling you up. So you don't have to do much to get a little bit of pop if you're stepping on something that's already kind of pulling you up. So that's the kind of focus. If you're skipping too high, it's not a bad drill, it's just a different drill. So on A skip, can you show us that, Noah? Opposite arm, opposite leg, opposite arm, opposite leg, good. And he's gonna come back, still focused on the same things. One thing he's doing wrong is he doesn't have a smile on his face. He has to have a smile on his face when he does that. Next drill we're going to do is power skips. Power skip is a very similar drill to A skip. However, this one we're really going to be focused on height and getting off the ground. A great drill for us distance runners that have aspirations of dunking a basketball one day. So the goal of this drill is to still be in good form like any other drill. And sometimes our egos get the best of us on this drill and we sacrifice our form to get more height. However, we want to focus on getting as high as we can while still maintaining correct form when we do this drill. So Noah's going to show us kind of in stance right here to start with. It's going to be a little bit harder because you're obviously going to show a lot of this drill while you're actually in movement, but it's going to be a similar form in the sense of you're going to be powering off of one foot and you're going to be switching to the other foot once you're off the other foot. So it's kind of that's a great way to kind of show it. So can you show us the right leg going up and now the left leg going up? And so what you'll see, and we come back here, so what he'll see now is when he actually does this, he's going to show a lot more height and it's going to look a lot different than that A skip, although it looks very similar right now. So can you do it full speed for us, Noah? He's going to have his arms by his side. Yep, and he's getting height off this, just a pop to his step, there he goes, and he's going up, 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 fantastic. So Noah did a great job of demonstrating this drill as still staying in form while still getting height, and as you do this drill more, you will get more efficient and you'll get more power to your stride, which is really helpful. Even if you're a marathon runner and you think, what do I need power for? Well, speed is going to help from all the way from the 100-meter all the way through the marathon. So these are just simple ways for you to get better at it. So great.